How's it going? I apparently Facebook just told me I forgot to title my live video. And you're right, Facebook, I did. I'm sorry. Um what we're going to be doing today is my exact workout. So I started working out again. I was so excited to finally get back into working out after ooh, 11 years of not really putting effort into my body by working out. I was more into stretching, rolling, all of that stuff, but I wasn't too happy with the lack of um, lean muscle that I had. So I finally started working out again in February, and I am just doing everything that I teach other women what to do and how to do it through the Total Fitness and Self Love program. And so that's what I'm just going to do because it works for me. I'm not one of those people who does, the heavy weights and the lifting and the CrossFits and, the all total body functional exercises with, racks and squats and all the things. So that's not really what my body's interested in just yet. Hey, Allie. Aw, that's fun. You're welcome. But yeah, my body responds better to just getting a mind body connection and really focusing on the specific muscle that it is that I'm working on. So if there's too many things going on, I can't feel the mind body connection of my glutes, my hamstrings, my quads, my shoulders back and down, all the things. It's almost a little too much for me to really think about. So I like and yeah, I recommend getting a mind body connection with all of the muscles that you're trying to work on. This isn't everybody's approach. A lot of people already have a mind body connection. That's why they can do really heavy weights and full body exercises. But I'm just not quite there yet, and it has to do with a lot of things, emotional things, um, history, past, different things, fascial tightness, emotional issues, triggers, blah blah blah. And so my body isn't totally in alignment so that it can just do the thing that I'm asking it to do, like as I keep referring, the big, the kips and the crossfits and all the things. So that's fine. I mean, people look awesome doing that, but that's not my jam. So here I am. I'm teaching, as I say, through the Total Fitness and Self Love program, and I'm going to show you exactly what I do. Don't be fooled though, there are other things that I do in my life. I also work on my emotional side. I ensure that my digestive system is working as well as it can be in the moment. And yeah, letting things go physically, whether it's, different keepsakes that I've held on to for too long. Yeah, all those reasons are, or all those things are reasons why someone would hold weight and not be able to let go of weight and not be able to utilize their body in a way that they need to utilize. So you got to deal with the fascia. So hopefully you've done some sort of stretching. If not, that's okay. We will just get into it. This is what I do. A lot of times I don't stretch before I do an exercise. I just pick something up and I start to do it. Just don't overthink these things. Don't, get too in your head about should I work out, should I not. Just pick something up, give it a try, and see where it goes from there. Another thing I want to say too is you always want to hold a little more excitement back. You don't want to go full tilt on every workout because you get bored and then you sometimes get hurt. So those are things that I always remind myself of and I want to remind you of too. So let's get into it. So I'm going to do exactly what I do. As I say, I just pick something up. So usually I start with some shoulder presses and I have my 5-pound weights, which look kind of weird, but this is the only weights that I own at this point. And so I just make sure that my shoulders are back and down, my chest is lifted, I engage my lower traps, which are the back muscles back there, and I just push up just like that. See how I'm not going like this? That doesn't give you strength and it doesn't build your shoulders very well. So I usually do about 10 of these, sometimes 12. I don't write anything down. I mean, that's probably the proper way to do it. But I'm not there yet. I'm just starting 4 months in. And I think I'm doing a great job. So there you go. So always ensure that you have a mind-body connection. If you start to kind of lag and you're kind of doing one and up and it's not feeling strong for you, then just stop. So that's usually when I get to about 10, I do that. And then I wrote them down just so that I actually do them properly with you. Then I work on hammer curls. Actually, I use the same weight, so I do the 5 pounds with these. Hammer curls are neutral grip. See how I'm like this and not like this? So hammer curls are going to get that brachialis. So Allie, you can help me if I say the wrong muscle. Because it's been a few years. But anyway, the hammer curls get the brachialis underneath the bicep. And so when you have a nice brachialis, then you actually pump up your biceps a little bit more too. And so doing this is a bicep curl, and this is just a hammer curl. So you also want to keep your shoulders back and down as well. That'll help you to utilize the muscles better than if your shoulders are up. So I usually do about 10 of these. Oh, I got it. Okay. Allie's in RMT school. She's almost done telling the people. And so she knows all the muscles, and I love relearning with her. So there you go. Again, keep your mind-body connection onto your arms. If you don't know exactly where your brachialis is, just think of your biceps. And just do as much as you can until you gas out. Again, don't go all out. It's not what it's about. It's about just understanding what your body's doing, understanding that you're utilizing a specific muscle, and then you're just doing it. So shoulders back and down are always a good thing as well. Next one is I'm going to do some rows. So we're going to be working on the rhomboids here. So that helps to keep your arms and your shoulders back and down like that. So I may need to move the camera just slightly so you can see what I'm doing. So I just have a band. So if you don't have a band, that's okay. You can still do the motion. I just find a little bit of resistance helps me to engage the muscle a bit better. So I put the band around my feet, and then I'm going to have just this grip, regular old grip. And I'm going to bring my shoulders back and down, and I'm going to pull with my rhomboids. So my chin is going to be tucked as well, and all I'm moving is my arms as I engage my rhomboids. So if you have any shoulder issues, you may hear some crunching, which is what I hear. As I was saying before, I'm kind of working on some frozen shoulder. And so just doing about 10 of these, or until you're gassed out, until you can't feel that mind-body connection. That's when I actually switch my grip to go underhand, and that helps me to engage the lower part of my rhomboid. So you have the okay, Allie, you might have to help me. The bigger rhomboids and then the littler rhomboids. And they attach in different spots. So I'm going for the lower rhomboids when my grip is like this. And so this exercise is really going to help you to bring your shoulders back and down and keep them back and down. So anything that's tight on the front, you want to loosen. Anything that's tight and weak as well. On the back, you want to strengthen the back. So usually the problem is the front, solution is the back. So there you go. So I feel like I did a pretty good exercise on that one. I can tell I'm a little sore here, a little tight, but I think it's just because I don't have that full back and down with my shoulder just yet. So I was kind of utilizing a bit of my anterior delt, which is okay, is what it is. You just keep doing all the other things to bring the shoulders back and down, just like that power pose that I've talked about before too. So major is inferior to minor. There you go. Thanks. The rhomboid major rhomboid. We got it. Okay, so rows, and then I do bicep curls. I use only 2 pounds with my bicep curls, and it's not. The only reason is because I find that my biceps aren't as developed as what they need to be. So my fascia is actually a little bit tighter. Move that just a bit. Fascia is tight on my biceps just because of massaging. So I really ensure that I get the mind-body connection on the biceps. Because sometimes you can round forward and bring your arms forward like that, and then you can even just be skipping out on actually getting that mind-body connection and utilizing the biceps. So, I mean, I haven't really graduated too much from the 2 pounds in these 4 months, but that's okay. I'm not quite there yet. I'm just ensuring that everything is balanced. I move like that, you can see better. Everything is balanced, and that I'm really engaging each bicep. If I feel like I'm not engaging properly on one, but the other one's okay, then I'll do a bit of unilateral work here too. Or this one. And you're always looking for balance. You're looking for symmetry. Am I able to utilize this muscle the same as on the other side? Yes or no? If yes, that's okay. Keep doing the bilateral work. If it's no, just do a bit of unilateral so that you build up that one side so that it's starting to look like and feel like the other side in terms of strength and mind-body connection. Sometimes I've even had, especially that rhomboid that I was showing you, the right one, there are times when I can't actually even feel that rhomboid engaging, so I don't quite have the mind-body connection. So that means I just need to do some rolling or some stretching just to be able to utilize the shoulders better. So you can keep doing biceps if you want. I'm just showing you that you need to be able to do arm rolls and that have all this open so that you can utilize and engage all of the back muscles. So the next one I'm going to do is external rotation of the shoulders. So this is engaging your infraspinatus, which is on top here of the scapula. So you can see there. So that was a very small muscle, and also it's actually external rotations engaging this posterior deltoid too, which is usually underdeveloped on most people, especially if they have shoulder issues or frozen shoulder, anything like that. So external rotation, I'm engaging that infraspinatus and the posterior deltoid. So you're not going to even do too much of motion. So you're not even going to start here. You're actually going to start at about 45 degrees with your elbows at 90 degrees. And you're just going to do a very small movement like this. And you're going to just bring your arms back, ensuring that you have that mind-body connection of the infraspinatus more than the posterior deltoid. You really want that infraspinatus to be engaged. And again, that's right on top of your scapula right here for anyone who's just joining. We're doing external rotation. So that helps to keep the shoulders back and down and the chest open and just strong back more than anything. So again, just a very small movement like this. Yep. And then ensuring that you're engaging. So sometimes I will just do the one side because I do find that my right side doesn't externally rotate as well as my left. But then you can't neglect the other side. You got to make sure we're getting a balance here. So I'll do it on this side. So you don't want your shoulder to be forward like this when you do it, because then you're not really engaging. You want your shoulder back and down and as level as possible, and then start to utilize that infraspinatus. I even feel it on my tricep a little bit, and I believe that's mostly because my shoulder is back and down. So yeah, so even the 2 pounds I'm finding I may even just graduate up to the 5 soon. But before you ever add any more weight, again, you want to make sure you're doing the exercise properly and you don't want to give it too much gas. That was the thing I used to do. I go all out every workout. Okay, I gotta get, gotta make it happen. Um, but now it's like, why? Why am I giving it my all? Like, why don't I keep a little gas in the tank for tomorrow? Like, why shouldn't I be excited to do the next exercise tomorrow? Like, don't do all of them in one day and think, oh, I'm gonna get so much progress with this. It's like, that's the last thing that you're gonna get is progress if you just, go all out one day and then nothing the next. So that's key to this as well, is consistency. So um, making sure you're utilizing all of your muscles and working everything as well as you can. So there's the external rotation. So next we're going to do legs and glutes. So I'm going to change the camera just slightly so you can see me. If you can see me. Okay, you can't really see my head, but how would I stand like this? Okay, so next we're going to do glute med, and we're going to do external rotation of the hips, and then we're going to add a little kick out. Okay, so that's really important to engage all of these rotator muscles in your glutes, and that will help you to open all of this up, have better digestion, and be able to have strong glutes too. So again, you can't really see my head, but you're going to externally rotate by squeezing your glutes here. See that? My knees moved out. This one I always talk about. It's the best one ever. External rotation, and then what you're going to do next is you're going to lift your leg back at 45 degrees. See that? You're not going to go any higher than what I'm doing, because once you go higher, that quadratus lumborum here, the low back, starts to engage, and we don't want to work that. That's not the point right now. The point is to get the glutes really strong, to get the mind-body connection to utilizing the glutes. So even if you don't have the mind-body connection, then putting your hand where you're working, which is right here, that will help you to get that mind-body connection to start to engage those glutes and whatever muscle it is that you're working. So squeezing glutes and then lifting. So I do this about 10 times on each leg, and that helps to develop all of those rotators. One key point you want to know is if you're doing this every day, you're going to need to roll your glutes either with a foam roller or a ball, or get a massage, whichever you prefer or can. Because if you're doing this too much, you may create a piriformis syndrome or just tightness, so that everything's kind of off. So how's that going? I think I'm doing pretty good. These are honestly my favorites. So let's see if I can give it to you better. So squeeze and then lift. See my back? I'm not arching. I'm staying strong. And I'm just doing a slight 45 degree. It feels really good. And when your hips are down, you can get a really good external, you can get a really good glute engagement, is what I'm trying to say. So external rotation and then lift 45 degrees. Very slight movement. How's that going? And don't forget to breathe while you're doing all of this. That's important. Good. Nice. So that one I find it helps to remove any fascial adhesions on your glutes. So if you have a flat bum, that helps to build the muscle so that you don't have that fascial tightness or that flat bum anymore. So there's that one, and then lunges. So lunges are huge. This one I find has made a world of difference for myself and also for anyone who I teach how to do it. My friend Chloe, she loves this one because it helps to differentiate the upper hamstring from the glute, from the lower glute. So it actually gives you a nice definitive line between hamstring and glute. So it gives you a nice perky booty. So hold on to something. I'm going to kind of go off kilter here a bit. You're going to put one foot in front of the other. So I've got my right in front and then my left behind me. My hips are going to be as horizontal and balanced and straight as I can get them. And I'm going to hang on as I say, and I'm just going to scoop my hips forward, and I'm going to squeeze my glute back here. So I don't know if you can see in that mirror behind me, but I'm pointing to where I'm going to squeeze. So I'll do one, and then I'll show you where I'm squeezing. So you just come down and then up. So I'll do two, and then I'll show you. Okay, so where I'm squeezing is right here. So I'm going to show you without my hand being in the way. Hamstring and then glute. So I'm squeezing right here. And how I can do that is by scooping my hips forward. That'll relax the hip flexors and it'll put the tension into the upper hamstring and the glutes. So that's what I do. I go straight up and down. I don't walk with these. I find that these are best to do static, hanging on to something. And you really don't even need weights. Like I barely ever use weights for this. You just want to make sure you're utilizing the entire glute, the upper hamstring, and then you'll start to engage the legs too. So it's most important to be able to engage that upper hamstring and glute. So very important, not only for a nice booty, we all want that, it helps to create a foundation and a stable foundation for your body. So when you can have strong hips and glutes, then you have a solid foundation to build everything else on top. So here we go, all my limited space here. I'm going to do the other foot. So I've got my left foot in front, my right leg back. And again, I'm going to be scooping the hips and engaging that upper hamstring and lower glute. So just go slow, ensuring you have the mind-body connection. Good. And again, once you get that scoop and that mind-body connection to the upper hamstring and lower glute, then you will indirectly be working your legs. So we've already primed the glutes with the glute med, and now we're going to take it that much further by engaging the lower part of the glutes. So we did the upper, now we're doing the lower. And there's so many glute muscles, right, Allie? There's so many out there, in there, I guess, in the body. So utilizing as many as possible is best. Whew. How you feel? I feel great. I need a little drink of water. And I think we've done a pretty all-encompassed exercise. So again, this is what I do. The next one I will show you is a variation of what I do for my chest, my pecs. I have a bench here, you can see, and I lay there and I just ensure that I'm doing a full bench press with neutral grip, and that develops my pecs. So if you saw that picture of me before and after, that's how I'm able to build my pecs, by doing those exercises. So if you don't have a bench, you probably don't know how to do that unless you have really good mind-body connection. You can bring your shoulders back and down. So instead of that, I'm going to show you a way to utilize the lower pecs, and that indirectly helps to work the upper pecs. So just standing there, get your low weight. So I've got my 2 pounds. If you don't have that weight or have any weights, don't use any. So don't do more than 2 pounds on this. You may just want your body weight. So all you're going to do is shoulders back and down. You're going to open up here, and your plan is to utilize the lower pecs here. So you just lift your arms, but more so with your pecs. So you're not doing this. See how I'm really pumping this up, and I'm doing some lower pec exercises. So you really need the mind-body connection to get this one. There you go. So that one I find really engages the pecs, and not only that, the lower traps. So lower traps are way back here, and they're actually quite difficult to engage, especially if you have rounded forward posture. You won't be able to pull back. They're so small. It's like competing against the huge upper traps. The lower traps are like, trying to pull down. So the more that you can open all this up, relax the upper traps, and utilize your pecs, then you'll be able to utilize your lower traps. And then they can help you keep your shoulders back and down, which is what we all need. So there you go. So, I mean, I'd probably spend a little bit more time doing these exercises. I spent some time explaining how to do them, but usually my workout is about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Depends on how interested in working on the body I am and what I've got going on the rest of the day. But I'm usually learning things about my body. Okay, well, that feels like that. Well, now what? Do I need to engage this or relax this more? So, I mean, I know, Allie, you're watching, so I'll mention it to you. I think it's a great way for massage therapists to really learn their trade, to learn how the body works, and then to help their clients. We are, like, this is our canvas. We have a body and we're utilizing it and understanding how it works, and that's how we serve clients and help heal clients better while we're doing the one-on-one care, and then being able to understand what remedial exercises are most important for the clients. So the better you are at doing your body things, the better you can teach others how to do theirs. So I've been very interested in the mind-body connection since probably 2007, I guess, and really into it after probably 2012. I got to heal my own low back pain just by understanding what my body needed and the exercises it needed, as well as the stretches that it needed too. And that's why I became a massage therapist, because I figure, well, I know all this stuff and sounds like other people don't, so maybe there's a way that I can utilize my knowledge and learn more to then teach others how to do it themselves. So yeah, so anyway, that's what I do. That's all in the Total Fitness and Self-Love program as well too, and everything is step by step in that. I have some clients going through it right now. I myself am going through it right now since, I just started working out again. But it's all just simple things that our body needs for basic foundations, like drinking water, why it's important, deep breathing, why that's important, and how that can heal so many ailments of the body. And physical exercises, stretches, strengthening, what to eat, what not to eat, and doing some emotional work too. So that's super important, just to keep weight off, because it seems like what I'm talking about, how to heal your emotions, will help you to lose weight. It seems like that's a very foreign thing. So anyway, if you or anyone knows, or if you need this, or if you know anyone who needs this too, just let me know, and then I will reach out to them, because I mean, when your body doesn't work and it's totally out of your control, it feels awful and disparaging, and so I can hopefully give them some hope. So yeah, thanks, Allie. Thanks for the reminder that all we need is 20 minutes of movement to maintain strength and mobility. You're welcome. That's all we need. It doesn't even take long. It's just a consistent effort, which is sometimes the hardest part. But anyway, thanks for following along. Thanks for doing the exercises with me. Thanks especially to Allie for sticking through the whole thing, and hopefully you feel good. And I can't wait to see you next week. So hope to see you all soon. Thanks again for tuning in. I will talk to you soon. Bye.